So what is beating the retreat?
Well, there is a misunderstanding that beating retreat, or the word retreat anyway, is to do with soldiers retreating, when in actual fact it isn't. You can trace it back to the 1500s, and it's really about soldiers retreating back behind the lines, back into camp. And traditionally it was done with drums, and the drummer would stand on the battlements and call them back again from either their duties or whatever else soldiers were doing in the towns. Since then it's progressed from there with a bugle, and that's where it comes from, and it's traditionally sounded at 6:30 in the evening and followed up by a bugler sounding sunset.
So is there a particular reason why it's always this kind of time of year in Rutland?
Well, the only reason is a matter of fitting it in with everything else. We've traditionally done it in September, so really it's a local tradition rather than anything else.
So the band that you have each time is different.
Yeah.
Some of the bands are very well known in the various forces. Tell us about the one that you've got this time.
Well, we've got the Queen's Division this year. Now, the Queen's Division comprises a number of regiments. They support a number of regiments, but traditionally bands, of course, are stretcher bearers, and they work in the field. So consequently, you will see a lot of these soldiers that will turn up, they've got medals, and that's because they've served on active service. The Queen's Division supports the Queen's bands, and they can either be little ensembles or they can be part of the mass bands.
And this is absolutely free for anyone to come along to, and I know you extend the invitation to anyone who's listening to literally come along, see this, be part of it, take some photos, and enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely right. It is in aid of ABF, the Soldiers' Charity. So we would encourage people to pop some coins into the box for us, and that's the main point. Of course, the Lord Lieutenant of Rutland, Dr. Lawrence Howard, he supports it, and of course our chairman locally for the ABF, the Soldiers' Charity, is Jennifer Lady Gretton, and she will be here as well. So there is a lot of support that we get, not just locally here in Rutland, but from outside of the county as well.
So that's this Wednesday night, 6:30, and it'll be in Oakham Marketplace, and you can see the beating for the retreat. Is that how you'd say it, or beating retreat?
It's beating retreat. Yes.
And that's the band of the Queen's Division, 6:30 this Wednesday night in Oakham Marketplace. And Paul Beech, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much.
On the radio.